Oh my god, let's talk about these Pokemon. Jesus Christ. Bruh, this fucking monkey's so goddamn cute. This bunny rabbit, though, looking like he about to steal my tricks. No. Fuck is that? The fuck is this thing? Anyway, new Pokemon announcement. I literally have nothing to add other than, hey, new Pokemon. It was just a very short announcement that was just Game Freak jerking themselves off for a couple of minutes and reassuring themselves that the work they put into is not in vain. That's right, you starving programmers, your death shall not be forgotten. Maybe, I don't know. But in all seriousness, it was an incredibly short direct that was, well, very direct. Hello, I'm Man, here to announce new Pokemon game. There was the Pokemon game. Please don't bother us for the next 6 months. Okay, bye. Game looks fine. I've heard some people say it looks like ass, and I don't know. I mean, it's a kid's game. I was actually explaining this earlier to a friend about how the new starters look simpler and how I appreciate that. Like, I get it. They're very sleek and clean looking, almost like plastic, but, you know, that appeals to the kids. You know, like the fucking majority that plays the series, not the 30-year-old osteoporosis, ancient, decrepit man babies who think the world owes them something like a cool realistic looking Pokemon game. Oh, I'm sorry, do the graphics look too childish to you? Oh, I fucking wonder why. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. Here's a better Pokemon fucking visualization for you. Better? Dickheads. Anyways, hopefully it'll be good. Oh my god, Melee's fucking dead. No more Evo for them. Goodbye, Melee. You suck. Bye. Jeez, bye. Gotta start finding jobs now. Getting Mango into the closest homeless shelter. That boy's gonna need it. Nah, but for real though. EVO's 2019 lineup has been announced, and aside from the more obvious inclusions like Smash Ultimate, Street Fighter V, and Tekken 7, we had the absence of Smash Bros. Melee. Now, I'm not totally surprised by this, but I guess what I am surprised about is the reaction by everyone. Everybody and their grandmother is making it out to be like this great evil has been defeated. This monstrous cancer that's finally been banished. This blemish on the FGC that finally has been cured. I think to myself, man, was the Melee community really that bad? I know the Melee scene can be very elitist and definitely toxic, but they usually kept to themselves. So seeing so much visceral hate being thrown at Melee is just so baffling to me, because at some point it was considered to be one of the hypest games in EVO, and it still garnered quite a few views, especially when you consider Smash 4's end and Melee's end during the tournament 1 year ago. One riddled with controversy and the other was full of hype. Yet drama aside, I think the issue that Melee has is the nature of the game itself. With Melee being an 18-year-old game, there exist competitors that are actually younger than the game itself, making a name for themselves in Smash Ultimate. It's hard to get into Melee because there's no way you can actually get into it unless you want to get an emulator and a ROM, and even if you don't know how to do that, you would need to get a fucking GameCube, which could cost over $100, and Melee, which could cost even more than fucking the GameCube itself, and also it's advised that you should play on a CRT television, which, if you can't find it in your local flea market, could cost another $100 or so. It's a game that can't grow. Not anymore, anyways. As a spectator, sure, of course, you can absolutely get into it, but actually playing it could be a total headache. I mean, again, you could totally go for ROM versions and emulators. You know, that's just gross, though. That's disgusting. But aside from the lack of growth, there were also the players. Many of them are retiring Melee or just moving on to Smash Ultimate, so a lot of the prominent legends are just no longer there. But you know what the players of Melee really are? You know what they really lack? Deodorant, motherfucker. Take a shower. Maybe they'll invite you back next year.
Tetris 99, motherfucker. It's fucking amazing. Oh my god. It's not just the game itself. I mean, it's Tetris. It's hard to fuck up a classic game like that, though. I mean, it has been done before. Aside from that, though, Tetris 99 seems to be one of the greatest multiplayer Tetris games out there, debatably. Anyways, Battle Tetris is still up there for most people, but it is outdated. Well, then again, I mean, the NES Tetris, you know, that's outdated, but it's still being used in tournaments. Whatever, I'm getting off track here. It's not just the game itself that's amazing, but it was also the way it was delivered. Say what you want about Nintendo's online membership, I also think it's a piece of crap, but I am loving the idea of game companies just not telling anyone about their games and just release it. The fact that Nintendo announced Tetris 99 the day they released the game is marvelous and genius. I mean, if you've been following me for a while now, you'll know that I really hate hype culture. It's the idea of getting your audience pumped up for your product and showing these teaser trailers, announcing trailers for trailers, having a teaser trailer for your teaser trailer. I mean, it's just bananas. don't you think? But people eat it up. They gobble that shit down and ask for more and more and more. Eventually to the point where trailers are just now spoiling everything about a film or a game, and people still ask for more. They do this because they don't want to have all these teaser trailers and all this dumb bullshit. They just rather just have it all here. Just don't ask us for anything else. It's just ridiculous. They're foaming at the mouth. They're thinking these dumbass reaction videos to trailers are worth watching. They're speculating shit about game trailers or a film's trailer, and then they're proven completely wrong when it's released. It's just ridiculous. But don't get me wrong, I get it. You want people to get interested in your product before it releases, right? I understand that in a way. Hype culture is some obnoxious form of advertising, and I'm not saying everyone should pull a Mojang and just release a game like Scrolls where there was little to no advertising around the game and it was just released. Remember Scrolls? Nobody does, because Mojang never told anyone about it or what it was when it was released. That's stupid. Instead, do it like Nintendo, or fuck it, Bethesda's way. Yeah, I'm complimenting them. Fuck you. I have the right to acknowledge the good things a shitty game dev has done. Lay off me. Bethesda had a big stage before E3 back in 2015 where they just straight up announced Fallout 4 and told everyone it was coming out in like 4 months. That is crazy. And yeah, they did the same thing with Fallout 76, but you know, I still like the idea. I mean, doing that with a fucking multiplayer game really constricts the time of development, and you know, it kind of pressures the developers and the QA testers and anybody working on the fucking game. So maybe don't do that with a multiplayer game. However, the idea is still something I enjoy. Having such a small time window for your fans to get excited for something helps amplify that excitement because it's fresh on their minds, as opposed to announcing something that'll be released in like 2 years or something, or later announcing that that thing you were excited about is now being reworked on. Similarly, Nintendo has a relatively big stage as well with their Nintendo Directs. Let's not beat around the bush. Everyone watches the Nintendo Direct. Even non-Nintendo fans or Switch owners. It's like a mini event. It's a mini E3 and everybody gets excited for it. And it's exciting for everyone because it lays down the groundwork Nintendo is treading on. When Tetris 99 was announced that day, it was a shock that they literally made a Battle Royale game based off of Tetris, and everyone was curious, but they didn't need to be curious for too long because that bitch went viral due to its availability that day. It was a hit. I mean, realistically, do I think Tetris 99 is going to take over the Battle Royale scene? Nah, of course not. But do you know who is right now and was announced similarly? Fucking Apex Legends. That bitch came out like a week ago or something, and it's killing the top charts on Twitch, like even right now. You know what those two games have in common? Nobody in the general public knew about them until the day they released. And yeah, I know they didn't get their own grand stage like Tetris 99. They more or less released like, you know, Scrolls or whatever the fuck it's called nowadays. But we all knew the headline EA Battle Royale game was going to be popular worldwide. Hey, I'm just saying, I think this bold approach at releasing games can sometimes pay handsomely, and I think more game devs should take note. Hey there, I'm a scumbag YouTuber. I'm here to tell you that you should like and subscribe even though you're not finished with the video. I don't know, people do it nowadays, so maybe I should do it too. Anyways, if you guys want to support this channel, just go to Ko-fi and help me out there. Otherwise, just keep enjoying the video. Just share it amongst your friends. It really helps out a lot. And I know this little avatar has not made his appearance in a long time. I understand that, and a lot of you really miss him, but trust me, I'm trying to make something better. I'm trying. If you don't get anything out of March, then we'll just go back to this plastic format. But anyways, for now, please enjoy the video. I love you guys so much. Goodbye. Oh boy, okay, here's my opinion on this fucking train wreck of a drama story, of a lie, of a bullshit that all started with one forum thread and everybody's an asshole. Yeah, actually, that's my opinion. You're all fucking idiots for believing a post on the internet on a fucking video games you haven't even played yet, and you're just being angry for the sake of being angry and to just project your stupid, insignificant opinions down people's throats. You're all pathetic for being so angry so fast and for not even giving the news story a proper context or fact check before ranting about it, because again, as established before, you're all a bunch of baby idiot losers who just want to get angry because you'd rather get validations for your dumb little ego instead of actually being happy in life. Stay woke, motherfuckers. Tell me how that works out for you. Yo, real talk, YouTube poop was the shit. I can't show you any YouTube poops in fear of copyright strike, but it was fucking awesome when it used to come out. If you don't know what YouTube poops are, well, basically it was like when someone took footage from a kid show or a cartoon or a movie and turned it into an Eric Andre skit. It was fucking funny, at least when I was a kid. Nowadays, I don't think anybody makes YouTube poops anymore, and the people who do often don't do it frequently or even do it as a dedicated YouTube channel. The risks are high and the rewards are low when making a YouTube poop. As I said, you're working with old kid shows or movies or cartoons and some piece of media you just don't own, so it's likely you'd get copyright strike for that shit. If not, then you'll just get a copyright claim, which will then deem your video unmonetizable. And if that's not going to scare people off, well, let me tell you, these fucking videos take a lot of time to make, and there's a lot of heavy editing in these vids. It's pretty much like you're doing so much work to make this giant awesome snowman in the middle of the summer. There's really no point in doing so, but hey, people think you're kind of cool for doing it, but most others will most likely think you're a moron. Then again, I guess you'd have to be a moron to enjoy this shit, or maybe just passionate to enjoy and to make this shit. I mean, it's called YouTube poop. It's not gold. Most of the shit people made was just obnoxious, and it still kind of is, just obnoxious loud noises with little to no jokes whatsoever other than just being weird and random. Deeper Cut was one of the most prominent YouTube poopers out there, and he was known for doing that kind of shit, and also known as the king of YouTube poop. But I bet if most of you watch his shit now, you'd probably not think very highly of it. But the style of YouTube poops have evolved, and the humor has changed. Check out Krobo Productions, for example. His work on Fresh Prince, actually Fresh Prince, that's hard to say, is so much different than other YouTube poopers back in the day. And I think he's one of the funniest motherfuckers on YouTube. His edits are hilarious. But if you're thinking that all YouTube poops are just random haha funny XD lol wacky humor for scene girls, well, let me introduce you to Alientos. My tongue is too big for my dumbass mouth. So he's this guy who makes these King of the Hill edits that are border on being surreal comedy and just sometimes being incredibly disturbing. It's such a strange little thing to watch, but it's so addicting to watch at the same time. It is fascinating. And really, it's like a weird way of making YouTube poops an art form. It's kind of awesome. The form has changed, and some people are dedicated to this craft and make some of the most interesting pieces of content you'll find on YouTube. If these videos can even be considered YouTube poop anymore. I don't know if King of the Hill Edits or Krobo Productions, I don't know if they consider themselves YouTube poopers, but I know that the spirit is there. You know, it all started somewhere, and it started 10 years ago. And man, let me tell you, the late 2000s were just the greatest golden age of the interwebs ever made. I loved it. And I'm glad to see that that spirit lives on to this day. Maybe sometimes it's a little obnoxious, sure. But then, every now and again, you get some gold. And it's kind of rad.